Welcome to the Richard Sherman Podcast, brought to you by The Volume. Follow me all year long for the best content in the NFL. Make sure you subscribe. Talk to you soon. Speaking of tight ends, like who right now is top three outside of George Kittle?
Oh wow,
at the tight end spot.
Let's see. I'll give you my favorite that I love to watch on film. I mean, I think Kelce, Mark Andrews, and Waller are doing things incredible. They have been. I think one of my most underrated guys, Dallas Goedert with Philly.
Ooh.
I don't think he gets any credit. He's phenomenal. He's really good in the run game, and I think he's really, really good in the pass game. He's got a great feel for it. And I know that his QB really likes him, so he's going to get a lot of passes, especially now that they have two wide receivers on the outside that can really ball.
Right.
He's going to eat in that middle. Hawkinson's going to have a great year with Detroit. My guy Bobby Tunyon's back with Green Bay, and after scoring 12 touchdowns and then not getting a lot of love. So somehow missed a Pro Bowl with 10 touchdowns, but I'm over it. I'm not upset about it anymore. But
I'm upset.
I know I'm still upset, but it is what it is. No, but I think those are guys like just on my radar that I see right now that are just you're going to see them. Like, you're going to hear about them in fantasy and all that stuff. But I mean, Goddard's he's got a chance. Oh, and then you can't. Hey, Kyle Pitts is going to have a great year regardless.
Right.
They're going to throw the heck out of the ball to him. He'll probably have like 80 plus catches and over 1,000 yards. So I'm looking forward to watching him.
No question. I felt. You know who I felt awful for at the tight end spot, who's a pretty good player, is Gesicki. I felt awful for him. I felt awful. He got Imbo, but he don't block. And you not blocking and having Imbo is conflict. It's going to be conflict of interest. Like, you got to block. You got to be involved in the run game. If you're not, then you're going to hear trade rumors.
That's Imbo's number one thing. You're going to hit the sled before practice, and you're going to hit Nick Bosa during practice, and you're just going to keep blocking until you can't anymore.
Right.
I don't know, dude. Gesicki. I mean, you see all the stuff he does, like in routes. Like he's a massive wide receiver. He's got great hands. He gets separation. He catches the ball. Good routes. Is blocking his strong suit? No. So I really hope that they find a way to utilize his talents, because they did franchise tag him. They're paying him money, and he is a good player.
Right.
Is he going to be the tip of the spear and run outside zone every single play? No. It is what it is. Like, there's guys there's plenty of guys in the league that don't do that and still are successful. So like hopefully. It's tough, especially with my guy John Embry down there. He wants to see block gap scheme, and he wants to see block outside zone. And you know what? It's okay. Like I hope they find a way to use Gesicki. They don't just keep throwing him out in front, because it is like certain people do certain things really well.
And he does it really well. He's a problem in the pass game, no question. It's just crazy, man. It's a crazy league we're in right now. But how do you feel about your spot on the top 100? That's the important stuff, because you didn't get the damn Pro Bowl. But but the top 100, you got some respect. But was it? I felt like it could have been higher. But who am I? Just always some hating going on.
For me, I just appreciate being on the list, because I do feel like I'm definitely in the top 100 of football players in the NFL. I think my film, shows that. The ones I'm upset about, I don't know how Trent Williams isn't 1, 2, or maybe 3 like that. You just watch his tape. He physically dominates people every single play. He mentally outsmarts people every single play. If he gets his hands on you, you're going to get blocked. He doesn't get penalties. He's efficient. He gets put in motion. Like, he does all these things that no one else can even dream of doing because of his talent level. And
right.
He's the 14th best player. And like, look, you're in the top 10. Like, all those guys deserve to be in the top. They're all fantastic football players.
Right.
But like, you got, like, this is Aaron Donald and Trent Williams are my 1, 2.
Right.
Like, then I think that's it. And then you got Tom Brady, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Mahomes, you got Josh Allen, you got those quarterbacks that are really special. Cooper Kupp was incredible. Devontae Adams was incredible. But like, no one does what Trent Williams does. Every single play.
And you're next to him a lot of those plays. How crazy is? What is some of the craziest stuff you've seen? Because you see different than, a lot of people don't see the dirty work that goes on down there. I mean, they see you pancaking people as a tight end who's not over 270 pounds, which is crazy in itself. But tell me about it.
Well, like, this is when we first got Trent, teams went straight to 6 down fronts against us. So me and Trent could not double team people. It wasn't crazy. We got it. Our third preseason game last year, 2 years ago, I think we played, but not 2020, but like one of our first games we played together, we had an outside zone together. And the defensive end was outside the numbers, and like the linebacker was on his back 10 yards down the field. And literally, as soon as that happened, every team after that, every time that me and Trent lined up on the same field, they put a D tackle, a D end, and an outside linebacker on the line of scrimmage. So everything could be single blocks. And like, hey, kudos to them. Like, that is definitely a way to get rid of the double team. But like, every time I get a lineup next to Trent Williams, because I believe I'm the best in the world at run blocking, and it is, especially my offense. And when I get a lineup next to Trent Williams, who's the best in the world at his position, hey, it makes my life a whole bunch easier. And then you also got McGlinchey on the right side, who is also a top 5, top 10 run blocking offensive lineman.
Right.
Put us together like, hey, you can run in either direction, you can dominate people. So like, and especially in our offense, like, but when you line up next to Trent Williams, I am 99.9% confident that all I have to do is not get stepped on, and I'm going to succeed in my play.
Well, first off, Tony Gonzalez feels that same way. He feels like you're the best tight end in football, and he loves you. Loves you.
Well, that's just, hey, we have that John Embry. We have that John Embry, man.
Right. It's different for Tom, but the John Embry is a little different for that, but whatever. I digress.
I got to ask Tony how Embo coached him. Like, was he hitting the sled before practice? Because I don't think so.
I don't think so. I could ask him, and I'll text you. Yeah, but I would say no. He was not hitting no sled.
Oh, my goodness.
The tight end is it done now? Is that it? Like, is it over with?
Like, over? No, we have next year coming up, Sherman.
I love it. How? Like, is that going to be an every year thing, or do you want it to outlast you? Like, what do you want from that?
What do I want from it? I would love for it to outlast me. I'd love to be a part of it as long as I can be. I think it's fantastic. We grew from 49 to 85 tight ends this year.
Nice.
Hopefully we can continue to grow it to get more and more guys. I want to have it open to everybody. I want to, like, what's really cool, the new NIL stuff, we could have college guys. So we had 3 college guys this year. We had an Alabama, a Michigan, and a Notre Dame guy up this year. All guys are going to be good NFL football players. So just to have them, hang out with us, learn a little bit, have Greg Olson yell at them. That was pretty fun. Like my goal is too, like something that we kind of had an idea of, is I want to get some college and high school coaches to come down and learn how to coach the tight end position correctly. Because in high school, like, I think the tight end coach is just like an assistant coach who's never played tight end or done anything his entire life.
Right.
And nothing against them. They're trying their best. But like, why not bring in coaches, like college coaches from smaller colleges, or even like big colleges, and like learn how the guys that are in the NFL are playing the game today. Because, like, hear me out, Sherm. Like, you know how like strength coaches are like kind of in control of your life when you're in college? Like, this is your body weight. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. One of my tight ends showed up, the college guys, and he was touring to almost 270 pounds, 6'3.5", 6'4", 270 pounds. And I was like, dude, are you trying to play left guard, or are you trying to be a tight end in the league? Because look at you. Because he's in this room with all these tight ends, all these NFL tight ends, and he's the heaviest guy by 10 pounds. And I'm like, dude, I weigh 245. Travis Kelce's 255, 260 max, but he's also 6'6". So that's pretty skinny stuff for his size.
Right.
You're 6'4". You need to be 255 at the most, man. Like, it's speed in the NFL, speed and strength. That's all it is. It's not about how big you are, really. So so guys have to understand, like, oh wow, like I thought I had to be, because like when I was in college, they told me, like, if you're not 265, you won't play in the NFL. Wrong. Like, speed kills.
Right.
Speed kills, Sherman. So like, I want to get more guys around, and I build this brotherhood. And my favorite thing is, like, at every single game, every tight end on the field is going to know each other.
Yes.
And I think that's really cool stuff.
That is really cool. And that's the most impressive. We tried to do something like that when I first got to San Francisco in 2018. We tried to do a DBU, and DBs aren't tight ends. And there's a little bit more something else there. I don't want to say what it is, but there's something there that just wouldn't come together in the way that we needed it to come together. But whatever. How do you not have a Stanford tight end there? How do you not? Tight end you is in Palo Alto, and we don't have. It's down the street.
No. Sherman's wrong. Yeah, I know. He's wrong. Sorry. Sorry, I got a phone call from everybody else in the world, and they agreed with me that you're not Stanford.
What?
No, I did have Stanford tight ends there. They just weren't in college. So, like, I had Colby Parkinson. Zach Ertz was there last year. He couldn't be there this year because his wife was having a kid. No, I respect my tight ends from Stanford. I do. It's not my fault that most Stanford guys are a little out there.
We are 100% out. You're out there.
I know, but like, you know what you're going to get from an Iowa guy. Stanford guys are just, you don't know where they're going.
Exactly.
They're just different. Like, there's nothing similar between you, McCaffrey, Zach Ertz, and Colby, Solomon Thomas. There's no similarities other than the fact they're all just weird.
That's what I love. That's what I want to hear. I know Stanford's sitting there like, yeah, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
These academics. Oh my God.